Hello, I'm Nolan Reynolds, a real estate agent with Windermere Real Estate in Silverdale, Washington. And it's time for a Kitsap County housing market update. Let's go ahead and check things out.
Okay, let's geek out and look at some numbers. This is looking at last week's information. Our average sales price was $698,000, with the average list price being about $710,000, so close to 100% there. Average days on market was 47 days this past week, and the total amount of active units was 592. Let's go ahead and compare that to exactly 1 month ago. We can see that our sales price and list price are almost identical, but the days on market was 40 back then, 1 month ago, and the total amount of active units was 689. But we know that this is very common with this time of year. As we come into the winter months, we see a decline in both of those numbers, but interesting that the sales price and list price are staying very, very steady. Again, no news. These numbers have been staying pretty steady for the majority of the year. And let's take a quick peek at the 30-year interest rate. We can see here on Freddie Mac's website, 6.23% currently. And this chart down here is the 1-year chart. You can see not a lot of movement there. Really, as we zoom out to 3 years, there hasn't been huge movement. We did see the highest point there. That was November 2nd, 2023, almost 8%. And then our low looks like in September was around 6%, but 6.23 right now, so we haven't seen a ton of movement in that. Let's just for fun look at all the information starting back in 1970. You can see where we are now and see where we have been throughout this journey of interest rates. And there was no news I wanted to touch on, but I did want to bring up a project that I don't think we've talked about on the channel before, and that is Harrison Heights, which will be a development happening down where the old Harrison Hospital was in East Bremerton. I'll leave the link for this down below because there's a lot of information to read through, but I'll try to give you a quick overview. This is a comprehensive 20-year plan to develop this area where this is where the old Harrison Hospital was. This is the Warren Avenue Bridge here, and then this is Sheridan up here, as you can see, and it runs all the way down there by where you would head up to the YMCA. And this would be like the old Bay Bowl down here. But this would be the Harrison Heights area that they're planning to develop pretty densely with businesses and apartments and homes, and making it a relatively walkable area and transitioning this area into its next phase now that the Harrison Medical Center is no longer there.
And that concludes this edition of the Kitsap County Housing Market Update. Thank you for taking the time to watch. If you have interest in buying or selling a home here in the Kitsap or surrounding areas, please feel free to reach out anytime. I'd be happy to have a free consultation and see if I'd be the right fit for you. Thank you. Have a great day.